views in the program are those of the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the New Media Factory. Some programs on this network might include strong images and language and may not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
The biggest, most outrageous online show in Philippine history.
20 million fucking downloads.
Interactive in 35 countries. Mo is back with a vengeance in Season 2. Bigger, better, badder.
Let's start off with an international call. Yesterday we took a call from India. Tonight it's Canada.
Nice.
Let's go to Ireland. Where in Ireland are you?
Well, I'm in Dublin.
Some people say that I'm a bad guy. They may be right.
Let's go to Afghanistan. Holy shit, are you fucking really in Afghanistan?
Yeah, man, what's up?
Florida. What's up?
I just found your show today, and I think it's great.
Live from Hollywood and at the Beyond the Box Studios in One Rockwell, Makati. It's Good Times with Mo, the podcast, Season 2. The Bigger, Better, Badder podcast. Your questions about love, life, sex,
And more sex.
are all answered and occasionally made fun of here. And now, the man who loves women and dudes, but not in the same way. The Philippine genius, DJ Mo Twister.
All right, it's podcast time on this Thursday night. Welcome to the program, 24th of January. If you just tuned in or if you just downloaded, thank you very much. Phone number 478-7954 if you want to get your phone calls in there. Hey, we're giving away some Air Jordan Retros tonight. You could win that, be caller of the night. Of course, he's coming from Pimkicks. Follow them on Pimkicks on Twitter at PIMPKICKS. Dr. Ken, how are you?
Very good, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic, man. I'm really excited about tonight's show, as I am most shows. But tonight, a little bit more excited than most because the beautiful girl, and so it always seems like a girl now every night here on the show, right? Every night. When's the last time we had a guy in the program? I think it was like last week. We had one dude. It's all females. But this one in particular, very dear to my heart. Dr. Ken, because
I understand.
She hosted the radio show with me for several years, and I'll tell you, we've had a. I'm sorry? You're a fan?
I'm a fan, yeah.
Oh, so you know. All right. Well, thank you. I'll give you an autograph later. She hosted the morning show on Magic 89.9 with me for a few years. And I'll tell you, of all the people that have come through, and we've had a ton of people go through that show, I don't think that, let's just say on a radio aspect, without a personal kind of connection there, just the radio aspect, I think no two voices gelled like with my voice and another person's voice more than this girl. Like, I was listening to past shows recently, and then I listened to the podcast. She's been on the podcast before in season 1, and I listened to it, and I'm like, if I was a listener, these are two voices that I'm okay with. Like, it fits perfectly. And then, you know, yeah, Susie, she's great now. She's really funny. I mean, she has a really different kind of humor. Probably the funniest girl we ever had on the program in terms of comedy-wise. You know, Mojo was such a staple on the program. We were kind of like, you know, we were almost the same person. You could with the voice. But nothing kind of fit as perfect as my voice and Grace Lee's voice together on the show. Really. I mean, I feel really strongly about that. So while we miss her terribly, but I'm extremely proud of her as like, she's like my sister to me, who I wouldn't mind sleeping with because she's super hot at the same time. But, you know, you just wanted to throw that one out there. But really, really proud of her for all the stuff that she's done. And truly, if we talk about the best partner I've had, it has to be her because the voice part was there. You get what I mean? Like, if Siri had a new fucking model, it should be Grace's voice, is what I'm saying. Anyway, so let's go ahead and introduce her. Of course, yeah, you know her from the morning show, but she's doing a ton of television. Yeah, she dated the president, which really catapulted her into some sort of crazy limelight. And I'm sure we're going to take president calls, as she probably gets it every fucking day of her life. But hey, that's what you do, right? When you're president, when you date the president. She's just all around awesome. I love her. I love her dearly. Really, really dearly. Grace Lee on the motherfucking show. What's up, Grace?
Hi, Mo. I miss you so much.
By the way, that's the longest fucking intro I ever gave for anybody.
I know.
Anybody, ever. I've interviewed all the greatest stars. I've never given an intro that was 4 minutes long as I gave you.
Now that I
miss
hear
you.
your voice, I miss you even more.
Yeah, it's thing. You listen. You don't have a textbook radio voice. Is what I was saying. Like I mean, there are a lot of girls out there that could do voiceovers and sound amazing and stuff like that. But I think it's like when you hear you and me on air, and then of course Mojo and all that stuff, and then we've had Chopper, we've had Miguel, we've had different people on. But it's yours really stood out to me the most. And when I listen to old shows, it's Grace's voice. It's really like, I think, the perfect fit. But now you're on to amazing things. You do a morning show on television. You're going to go back to the new not Willing Willie, what is it called now?
Wow,
Little Time,
Willie
Big Time?
now.
Or Wow Wow Willie, I'm sorry,
which
starts soon. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's going to start, what, lunchtime? Is it a week
Yes,
from now?
we're going to be, first day namin Saturday. So we're going to be on air from 11:30 in the morning until 2:30. Monday to Saturday.
So busy as shit, no sleep. I remember when I was doing Willie's show, and then I was doing the morning show, and then I was doing a few other TV shows.
He still talks about you, Mo.
Does
Willie,
he?
yeah.
I'm really glad because I really liked him. And let me ask you this real quick before we get to some of these calls. And I feel like I don't want to take calls because I've missed Grace so much that I'd rather just talk about what the hell's gone on in her life in the past year. I mean, we'll take calls still. 478-7954.
What's been happening to you?
It can go back and forth. This could be... Yeah, this could be like a very different podcast tonight where Grace and I just catch up, maybe for the fans of Good Times and stuff like that. But we'll take calls, obviously. But what I'm saying is so much time has gone by where I haven't spoken to you.
Yes.
And then we tweet each other all the time, and we send WhatsApp messages and whatever the fuck. But really, I never get a chance to actually sit down and have a chat with you. And we're gonna say I miss you probably for the next 2 fucking hours. But it is just really cool to have you around here tonight. All right, but anyway, what were we saying? Oh, I was gonna ask you about shit. Oh, that's right, Willie.
Yes, he still talks
I miss
about
Willie.
you. Yesterday, in fact, we had a press conference for Wawa Willie, and may nagtanong na reporter na, bakit puro mga babae yung mga co-hosts mo? Tas sabi niya, dati si Mo nasa show namin, kaya lang wala na akong mahanap na katulad niya.
Yeah,
To that effect. He loves you.
And even till now, he says that area, that seat, this microphone will always be reserved for you. I'm never going to get another guy. I'm like, yeah, right. I mean, he's just saying that. Then really, he hasn't had another guy.
He said that. Wow.
It's been all females. Yeah, it's been really crazy. And here's the thing, though, Grace, and maybe I'm in the same boat as you you're in. I was critical, not as critical as you were. You were incredibly critical of Willie on the show, as in like. Man, I mean, to a point that it sounded like you hated him. But the thing is, you never met him. And no matter,
there were
no matter what I
na
say,
he did, na talagang medyo hateable talaga siya sa public, diba? We have to admit.
Right, and no matter, I completely agree. And I felt the same way. And that's why I was telling Grace, I'm like, you got to meet him. It's different because, there's this public persona of him that he's both hated and loved by the masses because he's so generous to them. And then people who are kind of not part of the masses dislike him for certain reasons. And then I'm like, but when you meet him, about the most generous human being you'll ever find. I mean, very difficult to find another one. And then Grace meets him, and it's all, hey, right? Not so bad.
When the idea first, got to my attention, or my manager's attention, syempre medyo hindi pa ako sure because, as you know, I was very critical of him, especially the year before you left. The year before you left, that was a controversial year for him. Not to mention the Stampede and Ultra. I mean, it was talagang sunod-sunod, diba? Bad press talaga for him, and a lot of bad things happened to him and his show that made him look really bad. And I have to admit na nung unang beses nilapit sa akin yung idea of joining that show, I was not jumping with, joy na parang, I'm going to be a part of the show. No, it wasn't like that. It was more like, okay, I need some time to think about it. Like, give me a month, I'm going to think about it. And I also, and also I said, I need to meet with him in person. And I need to get to know him. I also need to get to know the staff. And so that was like a 3-week thing, period. And as, I started getting to know him better. He's one of the nicest guys out there. And I actually told him straightforward, na sabi ko, if you listen to our radio show before, I was probably one of the most critical person Sa'yo. Oo, sabi ko sa kanya talaga na...
And Grace, when Grace has a point to make, it's so matter of fact, Ken. It's like, no, he's bad. He's bad. No,
I was listening, buddy. I was listening.
It's like, no, Grace, but he's not. No. So sure. It's like, wow, would you read that in Encyclopedia, Grace? You're so sure.
Pero yung mga nangyari sa kanya talaga, yung mga pinagdaanan niya, really was bad. Diba? But, I guess, now that I get to know him, kasi, walang BS sa kanya eh. Pag sa kanya, black and white. So, I guess that's one of the reasons why he gets into trouble a lot also. Kasi, diba, a lot of us, especially in this industry, you kind of have to play around a lot of gray areas. Siya kasi wala eh, black and white eh. I think that's why he gets into trouble.
Like, remember when that scandal happened, or the scandal issue, because it's not a scandal, with the little boy with the dancing. That I didn't find anything really truly wrong with that. And as much as I tried to think, it's really funny and stuff like that. To say to go against
upset,
oh my God, people were just pissed off about it. And I'm like, I actually thought it was pretty fucking funny, man. Anyway, you can also catch us on Skype here, by the way, because we got a ton of Skype calls coming in right now. The Good Times podcast. So there's the Willie Show, which again, it's such a great feeling to be part of that program. I mean, obviously it revolves around him. I mean, he is the key, the man. I mean, like, I had to host that show on my own for like 2 weeks, I think, because he was really, really sick. And I'm like, man, is it very difficult. I mean, he is truly polarizing and all of these things. And it's just nice to kind of latch on to something like that where so many people are like affected by him,
Right.
I mean, positively,
iyakan talaga kung iyakan, diba?
Every day. And it's so much energy expelled and all that. Man, it's such a fantastic thing. I wish I was back on the noontime show. The evening show fucking killed me. But if I was on the noontime show, maybe I'll come back. All right. Anyway,
it's been
so let's get
scheduled for me also. But you know what? I mean, let me say one thing though. Before we move on. The more I work with Willie, the more he reminds me of you. Because you guys are... you guys are the best people in your own field. Like, I feel, Mo, with everything that's happened, kahit ano nangyari sa private life mo, you as a radio DJ, you're the best. Like, there's no one that can replace you or even come close. Your dedication...
Well, you as a Korean, you're the best. I mean, really. I mean, I've met some Koreans.
Jinri Park?
No, fucking Jinri Park drives me fucking crazy. Are you friends with Jinri Park?
Yeah, I've never met her. I've never met her in person.
Like, dumb.
Oh my God.
I mean, I don't know.
I was so thinking you were going to say something like she's sexy or something. But another
she's
thing,
really hot. But
another thing
not
is
all there. What happened?
You both are such professionals. And I realize now that, you guys are such professionals. That's why people around you are efficient. I have never worked in a TV show na kasing efficient ng team ni Willie. Because although Willie can be difficult to work with, professional siya. Alam niya kung ano yung gusto niya. Alam niya kung ano yung dapat i-expect niya sa mga tao niya. And you're like that. And you're like that. You're not gonna take anything less than what you think you deserve and your listeners deserve. So, parang a lot of similarities between you two.
The only difference is I don't make, 100 million, a year. But yeah, I see you. I see you, baby. No, actually more than that. But I see you, baby. Thanks for the compliments. I appreciate that. I'm the poor version of Willie. Thank you.
You're not poor.
Okay. So you can go ahead and get on the program.
Look at the studio. It's better than magic.
We have people on the show ready to go. We'll talk about magic. We'll talk about other things. I want to talk about one thing with you. Listen, I know we're going to hit the Pinoy topic. You know that. It's inevitable. But all I care about when it comes to you dating the president is, did you take a shit in Malacanang? Do not answer that yet, because I'm going to bring that back later. Because, no, I'll tell you. Listen, Grace. If I would date the president, like if the president was gay, I would date him, kunwari lang for a week, para lang makatae lang sa loob ng Malacanang.
You and Pooh, what in the world?
In the palace is what I want to do. But we'll talk about it later. Don't answer that shit question, please. I mean, we got to wait for it mid show, because it's a big revelation. You've had to make that. May bidet, I don't know kung may bidet, I don't know how warm the seat is, may mga stains ba sa loob ng toilet. I mean, it has to really get in depth here.
That is disgusting.
Let's go to Marek though. Marek, you are 15 years old. Welcome to the program. You're calling from Makati. How say you? This is Grace Lee and Dr. Ken. What's up, Marek?
Hello.
Hi, Marek. Speak up a little bit. You seem a little distant. What do you got going on?
Hello?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey.
Hi.
Hey, go.
I was gonna ask a question.
Go.
Yes. Go, 15. We're waiting.
Going to the going to the college your parents want you to go to, or following your dream, playing sport in another, hoping you can go abroad? Which would be a better choice?
You have a question. You said, do you want to go to you're asking us, should you go to the college that your parents want you to go to, or should you take up the sport that you want to play with hopes of playing professionally abroad?
Yeah.
Well, what sport?
Football.
Oh, shit. Are you... Okay, here... Okay, hold on. I'm going to talk about parental decisions here. Grace, this is perfect for you because you come from a very...
Perfect for me?
Dramatic mother. And a very quiet father. So, you know, your mom gets involved. Here's the thing, though, Merrick, about this situation you're in. You have to be sure that you're phenomenal in sports. Like, the one thing about sports is there's no politics. I mean, I guess there are politics involved in sports a little bit, but it's not like in every other job. Like, you know, if you work in the government, you know, it's, of course, the politics are there, Grace. You work in television, there's politics there. Kung kaibigan mo yung, we talked about it yesterday, Dr. Ken, kung boyfriend mo yung director, yung boyfriend mo yung executive, marami kang trabaho. I mean, it depends on whether you're well liked. In any other field, except sports, and maybe there are a couple other ones, but generally, you can't fuck around in sports. You can't hope that things are going to happen for you because you know this or you know that. It really comes to the bottom line, are you good? And that's why there's a great truth and a great humbling effect in sports. Like, you can have great dreams. You can be like for example, singing, right? You can dream to be a singer. Even if you're not a great singer, you can still be a pop star one day if you know the right people and you pull the right strings. You can be Britney Spears. This way, you can have Ann Curtis double platinum and she's not a singer. But there are ways to be successful in that field. In sports, zero. It is the bottom line. The buck stops there. It's black and white. It's either you can do it or you cannot do it. Can you run the 100 meters in 10 seconds or less? Can you or can you not? Run it. And when you run it, I have a watch. The moment you cross the finish line, I check. It says 11. Sorry, you're out. Forget it. I don't care if you're beautiful. I don't care who you know. You can't compete with the rest of the world. And that's what we're looking for. And sports doesn't lie. Your muscles, your speed, your strength, it doesn't lie. It is what it is. And that's what I like about sports. So, Marek, when you're asking, oh, should I go ahead and play sports professionally? Are you at an elite level? Elite, meaning the best. Especially in football.
You gotta be the top 1% talaga. In
you gotta be top 1.
Stand 1.
It's not even 1%. Because how many Filipino football players are there? How many Filipino football players? How many of them can compete at the level as the Germans, the Italians, the Spaniards, the Brazilians? Can you? At 15 years old, Marek, are you as good as the 15-year-old Brazilian right now? Because if you're not, you go to college, buddy. And I don't want to crash your dreams or anything like that, but do not make the mistake of thinking you're good enough in sports when the sports doesn't lie. It's either you can do it or you can't. Do it or get out. That's the brutality involved in sports. You get what I'm saying, buddy?
Yeah.
Now, are you fucking phenomenal?
Damn straight, man.
There you go. Well, you got the confidence. You definitely need that. All right. Well, then listen. If you can get a legitimate coach, you take the national team coach. That's probably the best we have. I don't know. I could be wrong. And you can tell him to say straight in your face, Marek, I think you're the best 15-year-old football player we have in the history of our nation. And you go, really? Okay, then pursue it. But if those words don't come from out of his mouth word for word, I say go to college. Play for your country team or whatever. Or if you're rich, go to college and hire a trainer. Fly him in from fucking Brazil or Spain or whatever and get that done. But again, I don't want to say don't follow your dreams. It's very difficult to say that, but you got to be realistic when it comes to sports, man.
True.
Sports will fuck you over.
Yeah,
all right?
I think so.
Grace, anything you want to say to this guy, Ken?
Well, are you also good in school? Like how well you're playing? Are you also that good in school? Because normally, I would say being in school for a long time, even doing postdoctorate, you really have to have that thing also, like the intensity that you're giving in sports. You also
but But Ken, when it comes to school, you can study. Fine. Say you're not
I'm
really
with you
smart.
there. I'm with you there.
Yeah. Say you're not really smart. You can always study and get better. Kahit papaano. You can get tutored. Your whole life can revolve around this.
Yeah.
Like, for example, I love the NBA. No, I love basketball. I love basketball a lot right now. I think I'm very knowledgeable in the game. At 5'5", 35 years old, there is no way, no matter how much drive I have in the world, that I can play on an NBA team right now. I can't even play on a UAP team right now if I wanted to. I just can't. Even though I have the greatest desire more than anyone else. That's what I'm talking about sports. It's so either you can or you can't, and there's no getting better. You can get better once you're amazing, but you can't go from, oy, gusto ko yan, to become a professional dominant player. No way.
Yeah, I think that's the right advice. Stay in school. Iniisip ko lang, what's in the minds of these kids who are given these opportunities, because not everybody gets an opportunity to like play abroad. So it's really something that at his age he really thinks about it seriously. And yeah, I agree with you. Stay in school and choose the right college. Pero isipin mo rin, ano kaya yung
one more
opportunity
question for him. Marek, are you the best 15-year-old football player in the country? And not how you feel, but people have told you. Legitimate people, not us. I'm sorry?
Like,
You're the worst Skyper for a 15-year-old in the country. I tell you that right now. I can't fucking hear a word you're saying. But have you been told by legitimate sources that you are the best?
Not the best.
Well, then consider not doing it. But again, I don't want to break your dreams, though. Grace, how say you on this whole dream stuff, man? I mean, because like it's hard to tell a 15-year-old not to do what he wants to do,
but,
right? I mean,
the thing
I
with
don't want to break his heart.
Anything like sports, music, mahirap talaga kung hindi ikaw yung pinakamagaling. It's really hard to make money there, right? So I would say always have a backup plan, and your backup plan should always be your education. Don't leave school, diba? No matter what, I think you'll need to fall back on something, and nothing beats education.
That's a good point. I didn't bring that one up, but not solid. Gracie, you're perfect for you and I, man. We're match made in heaven. I didn't say backup plan. Marek, again, if you're wealthy, okay, you're from Makati. Now, this could mean Forbes Park, or it could mean fucking under some bridge. If you've got money, right? Really? If you got money, buddy, I say train your ass off, but make sure to still go to college. Now, if you don't have money, I say go to college. It's tough. And again, it's tough because you're young and we want you to do what you want. We want you to live your dreams and all of that. And I don't want to be wrong right now. I'm more covering my ass. I don't want to be wrong right now and say don't do it. Tapos putang ina, in 10 years, makita si Marek sa ESPN. You know, there's a guy once I called radio station. This fucking guy told me I was never going to make it. I'm like, oh, shit. That's me. Mapapahiya lang ako dun. That's what my biggest fear is. I don't care if you're successful or not. Just don't do an interview and say I said you couldn't do it. I'm saying in sports, it's clear whether you can or you can't. I don't know how good you are. If you're great, then do it. If not, I hate to give you the bad news, buddy. Sports is brutal. All right?
Yeah, all right.
All right. Now, if you go on to make it, you better not say anything about me of how I fucking, popped your balloon and all of these other things, all right? I want you to, I want you to be the Pacquiao of football. Like years ago, Pacquiao, not the one that's currently still taking a nap. Okay? Thanks for the call. I was reading a tweet. No, thanks for the call, buddy. I was reading a tweet, Grace. Yes. So this guy's fucking hilarious. He tweets, Manny Pacquiao just woke up and said, what? Clippers over Lakers? Teo, the football player, has a fake girlfriend. And then, it was all of these things that have happened since he got knocked out that he can't understand. And it was, I forgot how it goes, but it's really funny. He's like, what? The Clippers are better than the Lakers? It's like, man, he just woke up. It's really fucking funny. 478-7954 is the phone number. Let's take a call from Laguna here. The guy's been on hold for like 30 minutes. Is he still there on line one? He's, his name is Mar. He's 19 years old. Let's see if we still have him here.
Huh? I'm considering the format of your show.
Yeah, it's gotten it's gotten pretty young this past season. Like we've noticed a lot more 15-year-olds, 20-year-olds, and all of that stuff. Not like before when we used to when you were on the podcast prior, it would be rangy, everything from 14 to 40. Now we're getting a lot of teenagers, a lot of mid-teens, but the 40-year-olds are still there. They're just not as. They're not just all over the place as they used to be. Let's go to this other guy, though, first. Let's go to Fabio. Fabio is 27. He's in Quezon City. What's going on, Fabio? You have a question. Grace Lee's here.
Hello?
Hi,
Fabio. What's up?
Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Yeah, we hear you fine. What's up?
Okay. Tomorrow is my wedding. Everything is set actually. Okay na lahat. Wala na akong problem. Na-set ko naman siya na maayos. But I realized one thing na hindi ako masyadong emotional kasi na tao. Pero pag umiyak ako, ano mo yun, parang tuloy-tuloy na. And I'm worried na baka pag umiyak ako na umiyak, parang magmukha akong tanga sa wedding pictures ko. So, my question is, how can I hold back my tears?
That's definitely a dilemma for a man, no?
Oh, alam ko yan kasi kinasal na ako eh. Tsaka yung kapatid
no, but the thing is, don't you want to cry? Don't you want to cry at your wedding so everybody can show like, wow.
Pero pangit sa picture yun, bro. Pangit talaga sa picture.
Okay lang yung may
konti lang.
Emotional you know, crying. Pero pag humagulgul na yung lalaki, medyo...
Okay, let me ask this guy. When's the last time you cried, Fabio?
Actually, nakalimutan ko. Matagal na talaga eh. Pero...
What was the reason for your last cry?
I think way back in college, nung sinagot niya ako.
Oh,
you cried nung sinagot? Oh,
iba ka.
God, that is so pussy. Oh my God.
Sorry.
How varied our
reaction. Na sila eh.
So, that's the last time I remember na umiyak ako. Pero after nun, parang wala na akong maalala. Pero man, I cried talaga parang like a baby. So,
what a fag. All right. Hold on one second.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
This is what he should do.
Okay. You're supposed... Okay, like, it'd be nice, right, if the guy cried at the wedding. Because it would be like, oh my God, he loves her so much.
I love it when men cry.
He's so... Really? Have you seen my video? You were not happy when he
okay, not that crying. But when it's happy crying, I think it's the sweetest. Or it's like movies. Pag natatouch yung mga lalaki, tas napapaiyak. I think it's, I think it's pretty cool when guys are comfortable enough with their manliness to show emotions.
Yeah, and show your vulnerability.
No, but the thing is, okay, isn't there a considerable amount of time from, all right, you may kiss the bride, you're now husband and wife crying during the vows, and then when the picture's going to be taken, there's time to recover. I mean, Fabio, you're not going to be in midstream tearing 30 minutes after you say I do, right? I mean, you're going to have to stop,
they're
right?
They're clicking away, diba? The entire wedding, they're going to be clicking away.
Oh, you're right. Where they're still on stage doing the vows, tapos umiiyak na si... Okay, I'm lost here. Grace, Ken, where are you? What is he supposed to do?
Ito kasi yan eh. It's not that moment when you're gonna say I do that's most emotional for a guy. For me, yun yung nag-iintay ka tapos nakikita mo papasok siya ng simbahan.
Ang daming lalaking umiiyak ng ganyan.
Yun yun. Alam ko yung utol ko.
Oo, hinihintay tapos nakikita naglalakad na yung wife niya.
Yun. That's the moment. Because you're imagining na this is it. I'm marrying the girl that I really love. And just make sure that your best man's there.
That moment, you can cry because so many other men have cried.
Yeah, you let yourself feel vulnerable.
Worried ka talaga na baka mapahagulgol ka, nakakahiya, ganyan. You know what? I was listening to your radio show the other day, Mo, with Susie.
Oh, really?
And you guys were talking about... Kasi diba, 7:30 I'm on my way home na. So sure. I tuned into you guys. So, narinig ko, well, it was a sexual topic at that time. But you guys
shocking.
You guys were talking about how a man can last longer by thinking about other things. Maybe this is the case too.
The dead lola?
Oh, yeah. Think about your dead lola. Or like think about the worst time you ever had in your college life. Yung
think about think about the time where you caught her texting that baller.
Yes.
Just
parang ganun na lang.
Think of those moments. Like,
diba? Parang I think same logic, diba?
Gamitin mo yung best man mo. That should be the best thing. Your best man should be say, "Oy, teka. Picture, mamumula yung mata mo sa picture." And then be prepared with an eye drop that would dissolve that redness so that you'll still, compose yourself after that.
Okay, Fabio, do you guys live together? Fabio. Did we lose him?
Hey, Fabio.
Fabio, okay, we lost him. All right, no worries. My thing is, like, if you guys live together and you see the person every day, and can you just practice? Like, you know what I mean? Like, even if you don't live together, if you spend a lot of time, can you go, babe, listen, I have a problem. Why? You know what I mean? I love you so much. And I'm because she's still going to be happy when you tell her you love her so much that you know that you're not going to be able to hold on to your tears. So can we practice the you walking down? Can we practice the vows to each other? Because it doesn't mean that I don't mean it any less. I'm just trying to save face because I'm so happy that this is really happening. Alam mo naman hindi ko kaya. Remember the time yung sinagot mo ako? Pucha, I don't want to do that. Come on, right? I don't want to do that again.
Pero iba
It's not
kasi
those
pag
video
nandun na
cameras
yung family members mo, iba na kasi,
You're
diba?
sharing the moment with everybody.
Okay, how about this? Here, record my voice, okay? And then play it in your mind when you see your wife coming down. Don't be a pussy. Everybody's looking at you. You look like a fucking idiot. Stop crying.
Dapat meron siya parang Bluetooth.
So, yeah. Put it in your ear and stop looking like a pussy. You're ruining the photos. Just hear my voice when it's coming down. All right? All right, buddy.
Good luck to you. And congratulations. Sounds so in love.
Matulog ka.
Let's take one more. I know, my God, man. So the girl. I mean, every girl right now who hates her husband for not caring just looked at him and go, fuck, tangina mo.
Well, can I eat on the show?
I'm sorry, what?
Can I eat on the show? Hindi pa ako nagdi-dinner eh.
I mean, with rice and stuff?
No, like it's a burger.
Like full...
It's like a burger.
A burger. Wow. Yeah, well, how about this? Let's take one more call. We'll take a break, have a couple bites, just so, you know, because I have a couple questions I want to ask you right now. Give me 5 minutes, Grace. Put the burger down. 5 minutes. All right, here we go.
Fine.
Mar, you're 19 in Laguna. I mean, really, you're on line 2. You think that if you were on Willie's show and you went, Willie, pwede ba kumain ng habang on air?
Hindi, kasi kumakamit kami in between, di ba?
Yes, that's right. All right. Mar, 19 years old, Laguna. Grace Lee is here. What do you got, buddy?
Hello?
Yes, what's up?
I am, my girlfriend and I are 5 years from now at wala pa rin nangyayari.
Ano ba nangyayari? Ano ibig sabihin nangyayari? What does that mean?
Hindi pa kami nag-sex.
Hindi pa kayo nag-sex?
Yes, we're 5 years.
All right. Well, listen, you're not really 5 years, Mar. You're 19. That means you got together when you were 14. So you're not really 5 years, because when you're at 14, what are you guys possibly talking about? Nothing. And yes, no sex is happening. That's great. I'm sure Grace is happy about that. It's more like you haven't had sex in the past year yet, or 2 years. And do you guys talk about it? Do you go, kailan ba talaga tayo magsa-sex? Or do you have a conversation? Because obviously she's not ready, but I want to know if you've actually asked her about it.
Oo, kaso minsan sinasabi niya na sa gantong age, ganun. Hanggang ganun.
Hindi maghintay ka.
Pero pag niyaya ko na umaayaw siya. Pero hindi naman ako namimilit.
Well, listen, Mar, when a girl says, I'm not ready because I want to have sex when we're 22, I want to have sex when we get married, you don't have to try it anymore. I mean, because you kind of have to respect those boundaries. The ball is in her court. She's going to have sex with you when she wants to. She's already established that she's not ready for it, so there's really nothing you can do about that. You can, I mean, if it's a problem, find another girlfriend who will do it. I mean, wait, do you guys make out, finger blasting, hand job, any of those other things? Sorry, Grace. I have that burger now.
Oo nga pala, podcast pala.
Meron. So you finger blast her a little bit. Aren't you happy with that, man? I mean, yeah, it's not the real thing, but at least you know that she's a sexual person. She's just waiting for the time when you're going to be allowed to penetrate her.
Yeah, sabi ko naman sa kanya, kaya ko maghintay, ganun.
Oh, yun naman pala.
Okay.
Kakayanin mo yan.
Well, then,
okay.
Listen, masturbate every day. Respect the fact that your girlfriend wants this. And then if she's not, when she's ready, she's going to do it with you. But in the meantime, you know what you signed up for. Ito talaga nang mangyayari. Ito yung girlfriend mo. Ayaw niya mag-sex. Ganyan talaga.
Hindi ko rin naman hinahanap sa iba yun.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Self-discipline.
Yeah. And you guys are 19, man. Come on now.
Yeah,
I mean, it would be nice. I mean, let's not be hypocritical. It'd be nice at 19 to have as much, sex as possible because the hormones are there for the taking. But, listen, you don't look at it like, wait, 5 years na tayo. No, you were 14 when you got together. You shouldn't have been having sex anyway.
In the first place. True.
All right?
Wait for her.
All right.
I'm sure she's worth it.
All right, get out of here. All right, buddy. Bye-bye. Grace.
Yes.
Everybody asks. How many people ask you if you had sex with the president?
You're the first one.
Grace, did you have sex with the president?
No.
Why not?
Ano ka ba?
He was your boyfriend.
We dated.
Uh-huh.
We dated.
And?
We dated for a couple of months.
You were in an exclusive relationship.
Well, I always say the same thing. It's whether it's exclusive or not, I don't think you can go on dating a president and then see someone else. I mean, that's really stupid, right?
Wait. You can't what? Go on the president and what? See someone else at the same time?
Of course not. Unless you're suicidal, right? That's what I said.
I understand.
Diba? So parang, diba exclusive kayo? Parang ako, malamang. Diba? Kasi when you're dating, I mean, anyone for that matter, when it comes to dating, I mean, ako personally, even if it's just dating, I don't see anyone else.
Right.
Unless talagang we make it clear na maging tayo or maging friends na lang tayo, then, I could date other people.
Was he seeing other girls like while he was seeing you?
No. I don't think so. Not that I know of.
But you had the feeling then, Grace, because if you as great, I just said it earlier on the show that you're a matter of fact. If I said, "Was this?" and you go, "No, yes," that when you kind of waver from that stance, that you might have had some sort of feeling that he might have been seeing another girl while with you.
No, I mean he's too busy. I mean he's, of course, given his job, diba? He's super busy, and I don't think that while we were dating that he was, seeing another person.
But did the conversation ever go on about it? Like I mean, let's be adults here. Yes, please. You know me, I'm a complete adult. Did the conversation come up of hey, if we do have sex, I mean, how do you? I mean, there's PSG guy right there. I mean, is there any pressures to have it?
No. We dated. I mean, we'd have dinners and we'd talk. I got to know him a little bit better than a lot of people, and I'm so thankful that I was given the opportunity because he's a great guy, and I'm so thankful that he's the president of our country. I think there's more hope for us because he is who he is. But aside from that, it was just too short period of a time, and we also didn't really get to a point where we were that comfortable with each other.
Listen, come on, we're pals, right? You and I, shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll fucking kill somebody who hurts you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, no, totally would. Who broke up with who? Really? I mean, don't give me the, because everybody fucking come on, Grace. You know the bullshit. We've been through the radio show. Come on, this podcast exists because of you. This is your inspiration because we did Sex Advice with Grace Lee,
right.
And then I was like, this is such a great segment on the radio show. We should make this into an online show.
Yeah.
And Grace is the actual responsible person that this podcast exists. So let's not fuck around here. You know the stories we've taken on the radio show. None of this. Oh, we've come to the mutual agreement that we were not going to see each other. No,
but that
really.
Is the truth. But
that's horseshit.
No, you know why?
You're fucking lying to me like some sort of amazing.
No, because hindi. Kasi, syempre, given who he is, I mean, he's no ordinary guy. He is, his next 2 years are packed. I mean, schedule-wise. He's the busiest person I know. And it just came to a point.
Who brought up the conversation of breaking up? Because, Grace, you're not going to do this.
You know what? We just kind of drifted apart. We really did.
You go.
We really did. We just drifted apart. And at one point, we just said, in one of the dinners, we kind of said, hey, you know what? It's not really taking off, right? So, we were thinking that it would be better off if we were friends. And kasi wala rin talaga siyang time.
He seemed like he had a lot of time. What are you talking about? He was out all the time with you. What are you talking?
He made time for me, and I super appreciated that. I know that he would, go out of his way to make time to see me, but he had so many things that he needed to take care of, so many people who needs his attention, so many things that need his...
Well, yeah, he's the president.
So,
what was the one thing that you didn't like? Not about him. Okay, let's remove him. Let's just think about the post. What was the one thing you really disliked the most about dating the president of a nation?
All eyes are on you wherever we go. That's one thing that I disliked about it. Kasi wala kaming moment of privacy.
Were you shocked that it was like that? I mean, you kind of have to know that was the case,
well,
right?
I guess I expected it, but it's another thing to go through it. Parang in your mind, you know that that's the case. But when it really happens to you, parang iba pa rin. Parang you never can get ready for something that you've never experienced. Kasi kahit pa paano, di ba mo? I mean, I've been doing radio with you. I've been doing TV for the past 4 years. So I know how it is like to sometimes have people's attention on me. But like in his case, it's like crazy. It's talagang if we go to a restaurant, talagang kulang na lang buong barangay pupunta doon at tumingin sa amin. You know what I mean?
But you kind of had to like it at the same time while hate it, right? I mean, because if you only hated it, then you'd have been out there from day one. You're out of there. I mean, there is something kind of cool about sitting there and the whole barangay is going crazy about the both of you, and you're the darling of the nation. People there talks of first lady, there's talks of this.
Yeah. That was really crazy.
There has to be kind of a cool element towards that.
Well, it is definitely cool, diba? But after like the second time, I think it loses the charm, especially when you're in a restaurant and you're trying to enjoy each other's company and just having dinner. And people just constantly coming up to you guys
Grace, hold on
making conversation. Yeah, go.
This is bullshit, man. How the hell? Why the fuck would you guys go to a restaurant when you have Malacanang Palace? The word palace is right there. I mean, why not just have the greatest chefs in the history of the country? Oh yeah, the president needs you at the palace. Why? Well, Grace Lee's over and they want a meal. Every chef would be like, en route. What's this whole going out in public and having a fucking dinner at a restaurant? What? You could be eating at the palace and taking a shit at the palace toilet after you eat. Grace, you've been doing it all wrong.
No, I think it's more of ito yung break niya eh. When he hangs out with his friends or when he sees me or anything that has to do outside work, yun yung pinaka-break niya eh. So I think he doesn't want his break to still be within the confinements of Malacanang. That's why he really enjoys trying out new restaurants and eating out.
I understand.
Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why restaurant talaga yung pinipili niya.
How often were you hanging out in Malacanang? Because I want to know a few things about the palace that maybe some people don't know about. And maybe there's a security thing that you can't talk about. But is there a flat screen TV so big, like with fucking HD super channels and all of that stuff, or is it just a really box television?
The only time that I was in Malacanang was during an official function, and then I never went to Malacanang after that.
You never saw his room?
No. I mean, his office. I saw his office. But
Did
that
you
was
take a shit?
No, crazy man.
Did
crazy
you pee at
boy.
least? Did you at least pee in it and flush the toilet? That's like presidential water in that toilet.
Pumunta naman ako sa banyo. I used the banyo, diba? But like,
he sat on the toilet of the president. Woo! That's all. My night is done.
I don't even understand how this is something interesting to you. I mean, everybody goes to the banyo.
It's super interesting to me. I know, but it's different when you go to the banyo that the president uses and you
No.
You
not
unload
the one
waste.
he uses. No.
Oh, he's got his own?
No, syempre naman, yung banyo niya nasa kwarto niya, diba? I use the outside banyo for the guests.
So not the one in his office?
No, not in his office.
Damn it.
Syempre naman, sa presidente
you should have
yun,
pushed
diba?
the issue there.
No,
like, that's the
you
point.
crazy
That's why it would be
person.
awesome. Imagine you just sit there, your ass is on the same toilet as all the great ones who have ever lived. That's fucking great.
I think
all right, Grace, we got to take a break.
They might change the toilet every president.
Probably. We got to take a break. When we come back, Grace Lee is here. Grace, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. We got some calls to take as well. Phone number 478-7954 if you want to get yourself on the program. Not taking a lot of calls tonight because I totally, completely miss Grace Lee. And Grace, I'm really glad you're here.
I'm glad
Dr.
too.
Ken as well. That's right. It's Good Times with Mo, the podcast, Season 2. Taking a break. Back after this. Don't go away.
Stay tuned. We'll return after this commercial break.
Act fast with a Tattoo 4G prepaid stick.
The devastation here is terrible.
It's ultra fast. The most reliable mobile broadband. The most affordable. Powered by the largest 4G network. With it, you can move your world. Tattoo.
I have a new girl who lets me do what I love. She updates me on new star athletes to watch for and the teams that are just killing it. She helps me plan which games to catch with the guys or the next marathon we can join. She teaches me how to condition myself for sports, which cool music to work out to, and where I can go on my next adventure. A girl who loves what I love. She's Christine, my digital go-to girl. Log on to Christine.com and get more out of what you love. Also available on iOS and Android.
What you've been missing on The Factory.
Were you the one who posted, James, regarding the guidelines when it comes to checkpoints?
Yes, I was.
That's fantastic.
Yes, I just made it up, but I thought it was made it up. I mean, this time of year, right? Elections. You never let the truth get in the way of a good story, okay? Children, do not follow this at home. I'm just kidding. Just so you know your rights. If you do get stopped by a checkpoint,
you are not allowed
we're able to verify all of
them.
these, James.
You're not allowed to run over them. That didn't make it here. So technically... Now, number 2. Upon approach, slow down. I guess that counts as not running them over. Dim headlights and turn on cabin lights. Okay.
Cabin lights.
Mm-hmm. Lock all doors of vehicles during inspection. Since lock.
They might get pissed off because you're locking
but that's the
doors.
thing.
Okay.
This is where they get you. And this is actually, I know we're making fun of it a little bit, but this is a serious issue. We've seen some people genuinely harass. Drugs are planted and other things, a Justin Bieber CD is planted, which is even worse.
Oh,
yes,
no.
I've heard of that, And there's no defense for that. There's really no defense. It's like, but Your Honor, we found this. Throw the book at him. And the CD as well.
Then after that you have to submit your cell phone and everything. And next thing you know, you have a Justin Bieber ringtone.
Catch James Deacon and the boys on Counterflow Wednesdays 7:30 to 8:30, only here on The Factory.
Sabrina's Kitchen is going to be back in your kitchen.
Sabrina, we're hungry. Okay, it's coming.
Every Saturday, 6:30 p.m. Lifestyle Network. Where else?
My girlfriend says she hates me.
It's Good Times with Mo, the podcast. Call the show tonight and get your love problem answered.
Follow us on Twitter at GTWM Podcast.
And visit www.motwister.com.
Back on the podcast here. It is a Thursday night, January 24. Of course, if you just tuned in. Grace Lee on the program. You can follow her on Twitter at Grace Lee Manila. Oh, there she is with the burger. I'm finally looking at her. I've not seen you in a while. You look great, Grace.
Thank you.
You've lost possibly... How many pounds have you lost since I last saw you?
7 pounds.
Wow, you look good. No, all right. Hey, cool. All right, good stuff. Phone number 478-7954 if you want to call us, get yourself on the show. You can ask your question. Hey, we're giving away Air Jordan Retro ones. You can win that as part of the big prize if you pick it in one of our boxes here. This is coming from Pimp Kicks. So if you're looking for your high-end sneakers and the ones that are hard to find, Pimp Kicks, definitely check them out. They're on Twitter. You can follow them. They've got great prices on some of these stuff, man. So make sure to do it. And then, of course, they've got girls' shoes, they got guys' shoes, they got kids. If you want Jordans for your kids, it's all really wild. We also want to remind everyone that come February, that's when all the ads are going to be coming in and stuff like that. So we'll definitely have a ton more prizes, whether it be cell phones and cash prizes and more shoes. It's really going to get a lot more, I guess, lucrative for everyone, us and you guys. You can catch us on Skype as well, The Good Times Podcast if you're on Skype. And Dr. Ken is here. You can follow Dr. Ken on Twitter as well. Ken I Doc if you want that. All right, Grace, let me ask you real quick here. Because you're single now, right? And you're getting up there in age, love. What are you now, 31?
30.
30? All right.
Just turned 30 2 months ago. 3 months ago.
Hey, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Now, would you date a guy as old as you dated last time with President? I mean, that dude was old. Even I was like shocked. I mean, he was kind of old.
Yes. He's 22 years older than me. And I was old. Now that I've dated somebody much, much, much older, I see why it's difficult to work out a relationship with such a huge age gap.
Really?
So,
well, what's the problem? Because I'm sure there are a lot of people out there who are listening who might have a 20-year-old relationship, or maybe a guy's trying to date them. They're in their 20-year age gap and stuff. What were the problems or the difficulties, or what didn't you like about it?
No, I guess sometimes, for example, when it comes to music, yung music niya, music ko, parang hindi kami nagkakaintindihan, diba?
I would always make fun of you on the radio show with this. I mean, you know me. I make fun because it's funny, but not for any other reason. But it's just kind of hilarious. But I was like, I remember doing like my Pinoy impersonation on the radio.
Yeah, that was horrible.
And doing.
You're so bad. Ang sama mo talaga.
Grace!
Stop it!
naman yung favorite kong My Way.
Nobody talks like that, you crazy man.
My Way, Grace. Oh, sige na, baby.
Sobrang DOM na hindi mo maintindihan naman ang dating niya.
He's 22 years older than you. Come on now.
But he's not DOM naman, no?
Huh?
maraming talagang things that you'll have to understand. Not just parang on his part, even sa akin. There are a lot of things that I would have to work on because I wouldn't want to seem immature or childish. Sa kanya, diba?
So do you have a hard time saying, God, I hate that we're talking about just a past relationship so thoroughly. I apologize, but it's so interesting at the same time. Did you have to pretend like you were a different person?
No.
I mean,
you know me, Mo.
Right.
I wouldn't last a day.
No, yeah, totally. All right. Okay, would you date Willie now? Before you say no, be quiet. Before you say no, you were very critical about Pinoy prior to you dating him. You were even more critical about Willie and the way he lived. Would you date Willie?
No.
Has he tried?
No.
All right.
No. But
so
he's very
super old guys, huh?
But he's very dear to me. Now that I've worked with him for 2 months and I've known him 3 months in total, I see why people are so loyal to him. His staff, people who just work for him.
I fucking heard he's giving away homes to his staff. I remember when I was there, when I first got there, he just gave away cars. Just gave like a week removed from giving away each and every member of his staff a vehicle. Now I heard the other day he's giving away homes to his staff.
Yeah,
what the fuck is going on?
Parang I think he bought like a whole block, and then he plans to build them homes
and give it to them.
Long-term plan.
Are you part of this group of people that get homes?
Staff lang, hindi naman ako staff.
Shit.
Yeah.
Look at you. Now you still live with your parents, yeah? You still live with the family?
Yes, of course.
Right.
I'm not married yet,
baby.
so
yeah.
No,
get out of there.
No,
Let's
like
go.
I there's no hurry for me to leave my parents because when I do eventually get married, it's gonna happen anyway. So I'm enjoying, my last few years, hopefully, of living with them. But I wouldn't be allowed to move out anyway unless I'm married. So.
All right, fair enough. Let's take another call here. Sorry, people who who have tried getting on the show. It's just again, Grace is this is Grace's show. I really got to talk to her about all these things. I mean, it's almost like making her sermon. Denny's 22. You're in Pampanga. What's going on, Denny's? You're on the show. Welcome to the program. And this is a question I'm sure Grace could answer, very well as well. Denny's, what's up?
Hi, I'm good.
Denny's, boy, you sound... Everybody on Skype sounds like they put their microphone across the room. Can you guys step up a lot closer to it, please, if you don't mind, and speak louder?
Are you there? Ooh, wow.
Oh, yes, I'm here.
There you go.
Jesus, what a world better. My God. All right, speakerphone. What's going on, Denny's? You're 22, you're in Pampanga, and you have a question about the married life.
Yes.
All right, we're waiting. Grace is just having her burger while we were waiting. Go.
Go ahead.
Denny's.
Oh my, did we lose her? Just when the audio got better.
Denny's.
Wala na yata.
This is her question. She got cut. We'll get her back in a second here.
Okay.
Her question is, should she marry the stable guy? And this is a great question, Grace, because I've always teased you about this. Marrying
and I don't even
rich.
know why. He always
because I'm right. Listen, I teased you about politicians. Motherfuck, you went out and dated the biggest of them all. So
you know what?
Please don't lecture me about me being wrong.
When I did start dating him, I said, Mo's going to have a field day and say, I was right.
Am I not right? Am I?
Ay, nako.
Did I not say... Wait, hold on. Time out. Did I not say that throughout the duration that I've known you, did I not say that you would be only dating rich guys? Have you dated a poor guy? Never. Your boyfriend after Pinoy?
Okay, but then the thing is...
wealthy as shit.
No, but you can't divide people to wealthy and poor, diba?
Yes, you can. What do you mean? Everybody does it.
Not only wealthy and poor. You can't just divide people just based on that. You also have to take into consideration na yung mga dinate kong mga lalaki, mababait, hardworking, very intelligent.
But there's a common denominator. They're all extremely wealthy. Listen, Grace, I'm not taking it against you because that's a great idea. If I look like Grace Lee, I better be dating someone with a little bit of money. Motherfucker, look at me. I'm not going to put all this beauty and boobs all to waste. I mean, you get what... It has to be like... I mean, there's a standard that you're looking for, and a lot of females are looking at. Like, why not me? I want a standard that my girlfriend has to be hot. Has to be.
Oh yeah. I mean, the roster
for.
of girlfriends you've had, talagang
right.
no, top 1%. Yun ang top 1% ng showbiz. And showbiz is not that big, not as big as a pool of soccer players in the Philippines. And top 1% pa sila nun.
I know, but my thing is, you get what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with having a type. And you have a type. You like extremely successful, wealthy men and politicians.
I like driven people, yeah, definitely.
Right, no, but that's the nice way of saying it. But that's fine. Listen, Grace, there's nothing wrong with it. And if you were my daughter, I'd be proud of you because I'm like, anak, that's the way to go. Oh, wait, anyway, back to her question. And she got disconnected here. I don't think we're getting her back. We have Singapore ready to go though in the next for the next call.
Okay.
Marry the guy that's wealthy or the one that she really likes / loves who's not as wealthy. I mean,
no, pero yung wealthy guy hindi niya talaga gusto.
That's the thing we don't know. But you know what? There's probably two guys courting her. She's like, well, who am I gonna pick? The one na mayaman, or yung isa na parang mas click yung personality namin, pero putya naman nagbabas pa rin, or no tumataxi, or box type car. I mean, that's a legitimate situation to be in, especially if you're good looking. Because if you're good looking, then you have several to choose from. So. Grace,
and it also depends on the girl's lifestyle. Also, you have to look into what kind of life is she used to. It's another huge
right. We had a call here yesterday. The guy said, I'm dating this girl from Alabang, and she completely told me right away that I have a driver when I'm abroad. Ito yung lifestyle ko na Hermes and this and that. Can you hang with me? And he was poor. And he's like, I'm like, don't date this girl. Yeah. Because there is a separation, Grace, that if a rich guy and a poor girl or poor guy, rich girl, it's always good. There's going to be some sort of clash. I would love to see that. I would love to see that line removed. But it also is there. And it's very difficult. And when you're a girl and you've got
life
looks.
Is real, at the end of the day, boyfriend man or asawa o mag-asawa kayo lalo na, you'll have to think about your future. You have to think about the kids that you're going to have together, the kind of family that you're going to have. And money is an important factor. I mean, we can't deny.
Totally.
We can't say hindi importante ang pera, pagmamahal lang. Of course, in the perfect world, that would be the case. But it isn't. And you have to be realistic about it. It's one of the bigger considerations. Siyempre, kailangan mo rin mahalin yung tao. Hindi naman pwedeng parang binenta mo yung sarili mo dahil sa pera, di ba? Na hindi mo talaga gusto yung lalaki dahil lang sa pera. You're gonna go out with him. I'm totally against that because I don't think any woman out there should be for sale for any amount of money. But, if there's that emotion involved, I mean, if you're choosing between two guys, which means then those two guys, parang may chance sa'yo. Ibig sabihin, may pinakita kang interest sa kanilang dalawa, diba? Then it weighs down to the
Grace.
other stuff.
Love it. All right, let's go to the next call. Let's try Basi, who is 29, Singapore. Hello, Basi. You're on the program. This is Grace Lee. Dr. Ken, what's going on, Singapore?
Hi, good evening.
Good evening. What's up?
Hi, good evening, Mo. Good evening, Grace and Dr. Ken.
What's up, buddy?
I'm 29 and I never had a serious relationship or, shall we say, a romantic relationship ever since, the world began.
Yeah, you sound like it. Yeah, you completely sound like you've never been in a relationship or you've never felt the warmth of a woman. And what's your question?
Yeah. Sorry.
What's your question?
It seems to, for some people, it's kind of, normal, perhaps, like, parang siguro.
No, it's not that normal at 29, Basi. I'll be honest. It's not that normal to not be in a relationship ever in the history of your life at 29. It's a little odd. But what would be your question to us tonight, though, about it? It is very unique.
Yeah, if it's not normal, then what would be? It seems that there's something wrong about me or something. Like,
Could be.
I'm so. My family is very conservative. When I was when I was still in school, my dad and my parents would want us to get into a relationship. Until when I started working, I was so busy and I don't have any time for like dating or something. So
girls or guys? Girls or guys, Basi? You a gay guy or you like girls?
I like both.
Oh,
both, yeah. I
maybe
can tell.
that's why you
I can
can't
hear it
make
in
up
your
your
voice.
mind.
Husay mo, bro. Meron na akong recommendation, biglang na iba.
Yeah.
Well,
the dynamics change. I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, there's a problem because I always wanted to have a family. You know what? I have a friend, and she got 2 daughters. I really, really love kids, and I always go to their house and play with their kids. And I don't see myself, not getting married in the future. Well, that's one of my plans this year, to get into a relationship, serious relationship
with a woman.
With the woman, yes, definitely. But some of my friends would say that they have friends who has the same case as my case, and they would say that the bisexual thingy would always come out, and
that's a very good point, Bossy. I'm going to tell you something right now. Listen, now this is me guessing that you were gay when I first heard you. Is because you're gayer than you are duder, broer. You get what I mean? I mean, I know this is all really probably offensive words if you see, but
that's fine.
Or politically incorrect words. I mean, it's you. The reason why I sniffed out gay right away is because I feel like you're a gay guy, like really leaning towards the homosexual persuasion than you are the heterosexual. And I think the only thing that keeps you heterosexual. This is my opinion, okay? I can be completely fucking wrong here, but I think what keeps you in the heterosexual kind of leading towards heterosexual every now and then is because A, you came from an extremely conservative family, and it's almost the structure that has been forced on you and that and then B, this conservative style and this family oriented style that you desire for a family of your own. But I think it ends there. Like I think you have no desire to be. The reason why you might not be in a relationship or never been in a relationship is because you have no desire to date a girl. You really are a gay guy. It's just you're battling your desire for men and this structure that was put on strictly in your life from a family that loves you and that you love as well. Because it's different when you're kind of controlled in a military style of upbringing and you're not close with your parents. Then okay, you can you'll be gay and rebel, and if you want to be you're like putang, and I'll do whatever I want. But I think because you love your family so much and they love you so much, that you feel you're expected to be a family man and this and that, and that's where I have to be. But come on, my body, my mind, my heart, my boner, it tells me med. So now I'm not going to have a boyfriend because it's conflicting. I mean, like, shit, which one am I going to go to? It's kind of like the last caller, rich guy or the guy that you like. Is it going to be gay guy because that's what you like, or is it going to be the stability that I know and I have been brought up to expect? And that stability is a family, children. I love children, all of those things. I feel you're more gay guy than anything, though, if ever.
You're correct, Mo. That's why my gay friends would tell me, just come out, your family would understand you. But apart from me I don't want to come out, I hope you would, some people would understand that. For those who are still hiding in the closet, something.
Well, why don't you want to come out, Bossy? Like, what are you scared about?
I'm scared about hurting my loved ones.
There you go.
But you know what? Eventually, if you go the route, if you choose to go into a go into a relationship with a woman and get married with her, you do know that pool of loved ones that you might hurt will get bigger.
And a very good point, Grace. No, Bassy, there's a solid point that Grace brought here. No, hold on, Bassy. There's a very good point that Grace here that I really want to jump on, Grace, if you don't mind. Who do you love most right now? Your family, right? They're your family, okay? You don't want to disappoint them. And that's a whole different story that I'd like to talk about in the next few seconds. But the moment you have children, guess who you're going to love more than your family right now? Your kids. Your kids, your quote-unquote wife. That immediate family now takes priority over the family that raised you. And if you're worried about disappointing anyone, what if you have a family? What if you get married because you want to have children and it's what it's expected from you? And then you're going to be lying to these people that are more important than your parents. And that's your children. Don't lie to them like that. Don't lie to the wife or the mom that's going to be put into this, equation. Because these people now mean more to you than your parents, even though your parents is the one that's been raising you and all, you grew up with them and stuff. The moment you have children, these people are the most important now in your life. And if you're going to be lying to them, then Grace is right. You're going to be hurting them more. Now, my question is, why do you think your parents are going to be hurt if you say you're gay? I mean, it's not like they don't know that gay people exist. Why do you think they would be hurt? Are you sure they would be hurt?
There are only two of us two boys in the family, me and my brother, and so they're expecting us to be straight and get married.
Are you sure?
Wala silang inkling na you might be gay?
My mom would know.
I'm
but,
sure.
I
it wouldn't be a surprise.
I confess it to my two sisters. Yep, I confess that I'm gay. But
and what did they say?
My parents know. Well,
you're almost there.
Then, Bossy, listen, you're living a really repressed life, and it doesn't have to be that way. The reason why I keep saying, are you sure your parents are going to be insulted, is because I don't think they will. I think from what we've established is that they love you so much that it doesn't matter if you're gay or straight, and you might as well just do what you want about it.
No, you know what? I started dating a guy, and I didn't pursue it because I think that I just hurt him, so I can't. I can really. I did date a number of guys, but I really cannot, continue with the whole process. Although they really like me, something, but.
Bossy, listen, you're going to do what you're going to do, all right? You're going to do what you want to do. There's really not much that we can tell you, I think, that would influence you. But listen here, okay? You called the show, right? Because it's bothering you at a level, regardless of how you want to fight it. Regardless if you're saying right now, I can't do this. Listen, a part of you really wants to, or you wouldn't call this show. Okay, and I'm laying it out on you. I'm laying it out right in front of you right now. Your parents love you, so they're going to accept you. Your sisters know already, and they're completely fine with it. Your brother knows you're gay because I know you're gay. Fucking in 10 seconds, I knew you were gay. So that means your brother knows you're gay. Your parents probably have an inkling because you're 29 and you've never brought home a girl once. You get what I'm saying? And they still call you. They still tell you they love you. They still are completely great about you being their son. I am 100% sure that the moment you tell them that they're gay, that they're not going to be so messed up about it. And you keep wasting years. I'm not saying 29 is old, but you keep wasting years fighting this true feeling that you have about yourself, and in this fear that your family's going to get upset, and you're just going to be 40, and you're still going to be calling the podcast and saying, I still can't do it. Stop being a pussy. They're fine about it. You go out and be the gay guy that you are, and if they don't like it, let's just say they don't like it, what the fuck? You're 29, you're self-sufficient, you live abroad. I mean, they're just going to have to deal with it, but I have a feeling that they're going to be completely fine with it. And that's what you need to do when you're ready, is get up there and say, this is me. I love you guys. I hope you love me. I love my sisters. I love my brother. I love my parents. I want to have kids. I want to have kids one day. Maybe I can adopt a child. Maybe, we can still work it out where I can still have children. But first and foremost, I am Bossy, and I am a gay man. And I love my family, and I really, really hope that you guys are okay with it. Dude, liberating. Fucking liberating.
Right. I have another question.
Yeah, go. Is it about anus? Sorry, just kidding. Yes, go, Bossy. Bossy, we're waiting. Yes, go. Oh, fuck.
We lost him.
Never mind. So tough, huh? Okay, Grace.
Yeah.
You, and is this too personal if I bring this up? You tell me, then cut me off. I don't know what we've talked about on air and what we've talked about in person anymore.
You always get confused.
When you were dating your last boyfriend, not the El Presidente,
right.
not him. You had a boyfriend that had several kids,
yes, 3
not
kids.
Several, like
3 children,
a house full of children. Kailangan na talaga ng minivan. Your mom was super against it, man. She was fucking furious.
Yeah, she almost kicked me out of the house, disowned me, all that. Yeah.
Okay, and you love your parents. I know that. Mm-hmm. I mean, you're fucking, you completely adore them. Mm-hmm. How the hell did you go from, I'm doing everything my mom tells me to do, I live at home because I'm not married yet, I'm doing this, and Grace Lee's this, and Grace Lee's that, and Grace Lee's conservative, and she's, right-minded and all of that. How do you go from that to standing up to your mom and going, you know what, Mom? No, I am dating this man and his minivan.
his minivan. You know what? Actually, I
Even though
didn't
she was
naman
right in the end.
Hindi naman ako yung I no mom, I'm gonna see him no matter what you say. Parang hindi ko kayang gawin yun sa mom ko. I had to lie to her. It was horrible. Yeah. It was one of the reasons
why. But you lied and lied and lied and eventually didn't anymore, right?
No, I lied about it, but I knew my mom knew I was lying. We were, I guess, alam mo parang may DMZ line din kami. Yung parang, okay, let's break from this war for a while. And eventually, when we broke up, she also knew. Like, I told her. And she knew all along that I was lying about it.
How do you stand up? Because I want this guy to get the advice for where, you know what I mean? Your mom loves you. You respect your mom. You live in her home. There's a lot of very conservative values there. How do you step up and take a stand about what you're going to do and that decision is something that she really is against?
You know, for me, being in love can make you do craziest things. Mo, you should know.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. I've done the craziest.
I mean, diba, when you're in love, iniisip mo minsan parang afterwards, diba, yung afterthought na parang, paano ko nagawa yun? Or I would have never guessed I could do something like that. And that's us being in love. I mean, all of us, when we're in love, we do things that are so out of our character that, when we think about it after, it's almost unbelievable. And I think this guy has to fall in love. But I don't think he's going to be able to fall in love unless he's comfortable with himself. Unless he can accept to himself na ito talaga siya. Gusto niya lalaki. Yeah. Then I think he can fall in love. And once he falls in love, it will be easier for him to defend who he is for the sake of his partner. For the sake of the love he has for his boyfriend.
Let's go to line 4. E, you're 18. Welcome to the show, buddy. You're on line 4. How can we help you? What's up? Grace Lee's here. Hey, E.
Hello.
I think we have him on hold the whole time. E from Makati.
Hello, Makati.
Hello, Makati. Nah, we'll put him on hold still until he gets back. Can somebody check if he's still there?
Yo.
Hey, E.
There you go.
Yeah, what's up?
Yo, I called the other day.
All right, what?
Okay.
Anyway, wait, I have to turn off my radio.
Sure.
Dude,
we're sorry to bother you.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I called the show and I was listening to your show before when Grace Lee was still there. So hi, Grace Lee.
Hi.
Yeah, I really missed your tandem. Great conversation.
Yeah, I miss her too. Yeah. Well,
anyway,
no, she doesn't.
So,
I do.
I sleep around a lot. I'm 18. I called before and I told you that I was in architecture. Oh, shit.
Yeah, we got you. I remember.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so you sleep around a lot?
I sleep around a lot. And then, so right now, I want to have a serious relationship. And you know how when you talk to girls before, you had so much the awe factor, okay, I have to be I have to choose my words wisely. Mm-hmm. And now that I'm just fucking around left and right, okay, let's talk for a while, then okay, I'm gonna bang you. But now it's I want to talk to them where I don't want to fuck them that night.
Wow.
I just want to
How old are
be
you?
friends
I'm sorry.
and have something serious.
18.
Oh, wow.
So you want to fuck them you want to fuck them a couple nights later, just not wag lang naman sa first night.
Because there's this kind of respect before. When I was still younger, there's this respect, hey, parang, I don't know, it's innocence, but not really. I guess I just want to tone down. Because everything, I say now, it's I'm hot-wired to say, I'm going to fuck you tonight.
Yikes.
But
have you ever told a girl you're going to fuck her tonight?
You sound creepy, by the way. I'm sorry.
Grace, you're always creeped out by these hypersexual people,
No,
man.
but it's the way you say it. You can say it in a nicer way, I think.
No, I don't say that exactly. I like my tone.
I'm here. I'm a girl. I'm a female.
It's at point.
Doesn't seem to bother
I'm
you.
going to sleep with you. And I don't want that.
Okay, here I've met many people, many guys who are in fuck mode all the time. They're swinging lifestyle. I'm gonna fuck girls. That's what I do, man. That's my MO in this world is to bang girls, fuck as many girls as humanly possible. And I'm never going to get married, and I'm going to be a bachelor forever. And when I get old, I'm going to sound like this. Huh, baby, Grace. That's what I'm going to be. That's my life. And then they meet someone, and it's not their life. And it becomes completely different from what they thought they were going to be, which is forever single, forever bachelor, and all of that stuff. You understand? Like, it's not when you want to decide so much, I think, to stop fucking girls and doing that whole, casual sex thing. I think it's when you meet the person that you can no longer ever think about having sex with anyone else. I really believe that. Now, yeah, there's choices you can make in your life saying, okay, I want to tone down. I want to have sex less and all of that stuff. But I think that sexual, especially at your age, that sex drive is going to take over, and you're going to miss having sex with all of these girls because you're so used to it and you enjoy it until you meet that one, the one that really kind of puts everything to rest, changes everything and says, hey, E, listen, this is something that we can go on and do forever, where you're only going to have sex with this girl and you're going to be completely contented with it. You might even wait. What if she goes, oh, I'm not going to have sex with you for 6 months or 1 year because I'm not ready. You're going to be like, sure, because you're just so awesome. Yeah, I mean, I've not met a girl like you before. I will wait forever. It happens. It happens to almost everybody, actually, when you meet that one person.
It's not about just me feeling like that, but it's like, my friends, like I'm sleeping around with girls that are in the same building. So it's kind of weird because we have common friends, and then I get this bad image na parang that guy's a dick, manyak yan, and everything. And I don't want that. I don't want that for me because my friends that really know me, I'm not like, I guess, yeah, of course I'd be a hypocrite if I said I was a good person, but.
Not really. I mean, I don't want you, and I don't know if Grace agrees here or Ken, but I don't want you to think that you're a dick or you're a maniac just because you're banging all the girls in your building. What if you're just a good-looking guy and a lot of girls want to bang you? I mean, that could be completely possible. It could be really. I mean, if I was in your situation, at 18 and every girl in a building wants to bang me, I'm going to bang them.
But like my mom,
nothing wrong with that.
Can hear stories from my cousins. Okay, and then they're like,
tell your cousins to shut the fuck up.
Around with my friend, and I'm like, really? You have to say that? And then my mom really thinks I'm a slut.
Okay, so what's the question? What do you want from us?
I want to know how I can build that image, like how I can, like, I guess, practice.
Get a girlfriend. Get a girlfriend and maintain one for a long time. And then all of a sudden, your dick in every hole story is going to be less. It's just going to be one person.
When I get a girlfriend, it's going to be like, it starts with like that sex. And I don't want that.
Don't get a girlfriend.
Start it off with sex,
don't fuck her for a few months.
Huh?
Get a girlfriend and don't fuck her for a few months.
No, but the girls don't want that.
Says who?
Listen,
what are you
guess
talking
who doesn't
about?
want that? Guess who doesn't want that? Grace, right there. Grace is super anti-sex most of the time.
I'm not anti-sex.
There's a small window of opportunity where she's probably gonna find and deal with it. But generally, Grace hates sex. Yes, Grace? True?
Not naman hate. I think sex is a beautiful thing. But dude, seriously, I mean, okay, I don't know. Maybe you lack the maturity because you're very young. The way you've been talking about it, I've been listening to you, but you make it sound as if you are the guru of any sexual encounter anyone has ever had. The fact of the matter is, I think not only do you lack the maturity to have such a sexual relationship with anyone, with the way you're talking. That's how I feel. That's how you come across. I feel like this is all a game to you, and having sex is not a game. And don't talk as if you know what a girl wants, because you don't. And definitely, these women are not gonna jump off a building and kill themselves if they don't have sex with you. And you're making it sound as such.
No, it's
yeah. I mean, I don't know if I agree with everything Grace just said there, but I do agree with one thing. I think you build yourself a little too high, and you're like, man, all girls want to do is fuck me, man. I can't, I need to put a lock on my dick and my pants because, fuck, if I'm not, these ninjas are going to come in and take it away. No, it's not like that, E. I'm pretty sure at my age, I have a lot more going for me than you do for you at 18. Like, my life is completely better, and I have more bangable opportunities than you do, but I don't take them.
But, wait, it's not them wanting to fuck me, like their carnal urge, but me and how I lead conversations.
What? That didn't even make sense.
Bro, you have to change your mindset about these things because that's exactly the thing that you don't want people to think about you. So if you, the deepest part of your brain has accepted that you think you're that kind of guy, you gotta change it so that, girls like as elegant and as respectable as Grace Lee would, change the way they think about you. And I think that's what you want to have. Like what Mo said, get a girlfriend. Pakinggan mo, wag mong i-insist yung pinaniniwalaan mo about yourself. Try to change a bit.
And it's restraint. Ika, come on. I mean, I can't believe we have 3 adults here trying to talk an 18-year-old how to not pull his dick out. Listen, hey, it's called restraint. You don't pick your nose when you're in front of these girls, right? Hindi ka umuutot in front of the priest while you're at church, right? You don't fucking go ahead and smell your armpit while sitting next to, you get what I mean? Like, there's a time and place for everything, and you show restraint. Like, if I needed to fart, for example, kailangan ko umutot, and I'm in front of, say, I'm interviewing Anne Hathaway, and, hi, Anne. I'm not gonna do that. You hold back.
All right.
You hold back and you wait for another moment where you find a little bit of open room. Tapos uutot ka. So what's the metaphor here? You don't have to fucking fuck every girl because there's an urge to fuck every girl. You hold that utot in, you refrain from sticking your finger in your fucking nose, and then you go home and you masturbate it off.
Which was my problem.
What?
Your problem is, listen, you 18-year-old dumb shit. What I'm saying is, show restraint. When you're talking to this girl, don't go and fuck her. You might want to have the urge to fuck her because your name is E and E fucks girls, but you don't do it. As if I won't fart in front of Anne Hathaway. And then after the date...
Yeah.
After the date, go home and masturbate that urge off. And then do that the 3rd time, and the 4th time, and the 5th time when you're dating Anne or whoever this girl is, until you start realizing that the reason why you enjoy her company is not because you want to put your dick in her, but because, in fact, that she's good company. And then you put your dick on her.
Okay. You're young, okay? The thing is, the last thing you want to be known as amongst your peers is being a man whore. And that's what you are.
Actually, that's kind of cool.
Okay, nice.
Cool. Yeah. All right, E? All right, get out of here, man. We spent too much time on you and your fucking sexual prowess. One more call and then we take a break. Let's go to Vance. Vance, you're 18. Another teenager. Shit, these teenagers. You're right, Grace. You're drawing them in today. Hey, this is kind of good for you, Grace, because generally you draw in old people.
I know.
This is good because of teenagers. Huh? Vance, 18, Quezon City. What's up?
Hello. Good evening po.
Uh-oh.
Oh, what's up, Vance?
Sorry.
Go ahead. It's okay.
You're about as least confident of a guy we've met. Anyway, what's up?
Kasi I'm 18 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I come from an all-boys school.
Okay.
Tapos I have a problem talking to women. Unlike the last guy, which I think I know.
And he had to come right after that guy, right? I mean, perfect.
That's right.
I mean, this destroys his ego.
You're super torpe.
So
I find that cute. At 18, being torpe is cute. And you're from an all-boys school.
You never date that guy, Grace, because you're talking about guys who are driven. Really? Have you ever met a driven guy that goes, hi,
you know what? They're going to come out of that shell.
Come on.
They're going to come out of that shell.
Oh, this guy's never going to be a congressman, Grace. Don't kid yourself. All right, Vance. Like, when you say you have a problem, what do you talk? Like, you've never gone up to a girl and asked her, like, small talk? You never had a girlfriend, never went on a date?
Wala pa po. There's this girl at school that I like, pero she's parang every time I approach her, parang namumula ako, ganun.
Oh,
or
cute.
When she looks at me in the eye, I get scared and stuff.
Scared?
I try. Yes.
I like you. I like
Man,
you already.
you're fucking with us, right? This is an act, right? No one could be this Barney.
I'm serious po.
Oh, you know what? I wish I was that girl so that I could pay more attention to you and give you more self-esteem. But I'm not. But I find you adorable. Maybe that's a sign that I'm old. But, you know, I think you're adorable.
Vance, is this girl that looks you in the eye, po, is she hot? Is she good looking?
Sa mata ko.
Kala ko all boys school ka.
Hindi, I'm in college now po kasi.
Yeah, he came from an all
boys talaga ako from grade school to high school.
Wala ka bang natutunan sa mga best friends mo na kung paano?
Sinasabi nila sa akin malala eh.
Ha?
Pakita ko raw titi ko.
Okay, now you're a fool.
Mali yun. Gino-joke mo kami.
Now I think you're a big joke.
Grace, you see your choice in men, Grace, what I've been telling you about, things that you're attracted to.
Monti ka madali nito.
Yeah, they tend to be assholes. You gotta listen to me. Come on, I'm the one. I can scope these guys out.
Yeah, sige mo.
Vance, first of all, I think you're lying. I think you're lying to us. I think you can't be this puss. Vance?
You got him, Mo.
All right.
Kasi po, ito po kasi, sa lalaki po, maayos akong kausap, makulit ako, pero never pa po talaga ako nagkaka-interaction with girls Since...
All right.
Pero ang sa akin lang nung sinabi ng mga kaibigan mo na, show her your private part. Really? Really? Do you think that makes sense?
Well, no. I think what he's trying to say is like he hangs out with ridiculous guys, and these ridiculous. Okay.
First of all, rid yourself of ridiculous friends because girls will not go for you if you're surrounded by these ridiculous boys.
If he's telling the truth, Grace, that means he's being bullied. Okay, and then they're like, sige, pakita mo titi mo, go, because he's a doofus, like dumb Barney, fucking walking around all big and purple and doesn't know shit.
It's possible.
Now, Vance. Look, okay, I'm going to tell you something, and I don't know if you're going to believe me, and I don't care, but I can't go up to girls. I can't go up to girls and ask their phone number. Grace, I don't know if you know that about me, but I'm pretty torpe. I always have to wait for the girl to make the first move. Like all girlfriends I've had, they all made the first move. They all were the ones that said, magde-date na ba tayo? And I'm super pussified. I cannot do it. But look at me. I am as confident as a person as you will find. So do not gauge whether you're scoring with females or able to talk to them, or work on that part later. Let's work on building up some confidence. Let's work on looking at some of the things in your life that you're good at and using that to build up the way you speak and feel good about yourself. I mean, there must be something out there that you excel at, Vance. What is it?
Boxing.
Maybe you're a good cook. What, boxing?
Yes, I box.
Are you good at it?
An amateur fight. I think so.
Well, there you go. When you're at the gym, you take classes with boxers or there are females there and practice talking to them about boxing. You don't have to actually want to date them. I want you to interact with females as much as possible and talk to them at a platonic level regarding things that you're really good at. Because then they're going to be like, wow, Vance, ang galing-galing mo pala sa boxing. Dami mo alam. Hindi mo nilalabas titi mo, pero you uppercut jab straight. You're actually like, you're proficient at something. You're talking to females about what you're proficient at, and it'll build a little bit of confidence on how to talk to females. You don't have to ask them out. And here's another tip that I always give callers. Go to the ugly girls and practice on them. Because they don't have a lot of practice either. Because nobody's going up to those girls.
Oh.
So look for the ugliest girls in your school. No, because you're not going to approach it as... No. You look for these girls at your boxing gym, right? You go to your Elor there, wherever the fuck it is, or, and then there are girls there boxing, right? And then when you're taking a class with them, di ba pinipair up ka na minsan ng mga instructor, sige, pair. And then you get paired up with your girl, and you're not going to hit on her, and you're not going to hit her. You're just going to go, wow, parang, talk boxing. Like, hey, you have a really nice hook. You got a nice jab. You have a nice, you start talking about boxing, and you're not there to hook up with them. You're just there to practice your conversation skills with females. And then you're going to use the practice that you're going to see which ones that they respond to and all that stuff. And then you're going to go over there to school, and you're going to hit on the ugly girls. And then that's going to build a little confidence because they're going to show a little bit interest in you. And then you go after the Jinky Pacquiaos.
What? I lost you there. What?
Boxer.
Grace. Yeah, listen to me, Grace.
Okay.
Follow me, Grace.
Okay.
All right, Vance?
Okay po. Thank you po talaga.
And remove po from your vocabulary. Nothing gets them more dry than saying po every, as respectful as that is, come on, man, we're all pals here. You can reserve that for the really old people, like Grace's boyfriends.
You have to insert it there, right?
Thanks.
Thank you.
Did you ever say po to? Here's what's fucking fun, Grace. When you first met the president, you'd be like, "Oh po, yes po, Mr. President," not knowing you're going to be dating him in like a few weeks. That's how you know that the dude is old. But when you first meet your boyfriend, you actually have to put po in it.
Hindi naman.
Yes, that's true. You're telling me when you met President for the first time, you didn't say po a few times?
I know. I just called him Mr. President. But we talk in
but
English
you didn't
kasi.
say po.
Straight English kasi. So, no.
Grace, nice meeting you. Grace, nice meeting you. Welcome to the palace. Is everything okay?
Ba't ganyan ang boses mo?
Yes po. Medyo excited siya. Hindi na siya he's not the comfortable president that when he's your boyfriend na it's medyo may konting youthful thing. All right, Grace, you're the best, man. I appreciate it. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll wrap it up. Do you miss us in the morning? I was listening to a friend of mine was listening to Boys Night Out last night. And you were like, I'm never going back there. Fuck that morning show, bullshit.
Oh, hindi naman. OA.
Yes, that's what that's what I heard last night. You were bashing us, which is fine with me because it's part of radio. But
no, what I said was
what did you say?
It's like because they were asking me na parang, oh, why wouldn't you want to go back to the morning radio show? And I said, you know what? I think it's like a relationship. Parang it was that intimate to me. It was how I loved that show. And when it was over, it's kind of like thinking of going back to it is like thinking of going back with your ex. That's how weird it is. You know what I mean? That's what I said on air yesterday. Because that's how I really feel.
Like we've rekindled our radio romance tonight, though, Grace, and that you can flirt with I mean, obviously, I know you have a morning show, so you're really not coming back to us because you have a morning TV show. But I mean, you were perfect. You were a perfect fit for the program. Sans whoever else was there. I mean, like, you get what I mean. On the days that I was absent, even though people would say, "Man, this show sucks without Mo," that's because those people are bastos and they're horny. But there were a bunch of really intellectually inclined human beings that liked just what you brought to the program.
Yeah, I mean,
and again, that's no knock on Susie or anything else, but you were very unique because you're aggressive as you are nice, as you are feisty, as you are conservative. You know what I mean? It's very difficult to gauge where Grace's head is at because it depends on the topic. Like there's always Mo's always aggressive. Mo's always bustos. Susie's always almost the same. Mojo's was always gay and loud and, preachy. But Grace was hard to really pinpoint because it depends on what was going on where you'd find her, And I think that's what people really enjoyed about you. And I don't know if I ever gave you enough credit for it, but you definitely are all over the place in a very good way.
Totoo yun. I was a fan. I was listening. Even all my residents when I was in PGH. When I come in from Quezon City, drive to Taft Avenue, and then everybody listened. Examining patients and talking about magic. And Grace.
And the thing is, like, for example, with Grace, like, let's say earlier today, right? You took a call about the guy with the wedding. And most people would expect, si Grace conservative yan. So she would be, you're in love. Tapos syempre, nakita mo yung asawa mo. She's so beautiful, wearing a nice dress. That's what we expect. And Grace was like, think about your dead Lola, like when you masturbate. And you're like, what, Grace? It's like, see, it's like there are parts where it's unpredictable and it's endearing because of that. And I think with a combination of the voices and all of that stuff, you were so good in the morning. I really have to tell you, if it be publicly, because I don't ever get the chance to text you and tell you these things, but just on this program, you were the best partner I had. Really. Better than Mojo, better than Andy, really, all time.
But you know what? Who I was on that show is because of you. Like, I would not be 1/3 of the radio DJ I was or I have become if not for you.
That doesn't sound like I influence you so much. 1/3. It's like 30%.
No. What I mean is sasabihin ko sana 1/2. Kaya lang inisip ko hindi rin half eh. 1/3. Ibig sabihin 70% ka. 70% more ka. Ano ka ba?
All right, I was just kidding. But at the same time, though, while yes, you might never go back to the X, which is the show. I'm extremely proud of you and what you've accomplished in television and in political romance and in all of these kind of endeavors that you seem to get in. I follow you on Instagram and I see your life now, and you look great, and it's just like. You really like my sister. It's like
you really
I feel
missed
bad
me, didn't you? Talagang compliments after compliments.
Yeah, no, really, I really did. I really do miss you. And there are days where sometimes I forget about it, and then there are days when I listen to the old show just because I try to I keep myself sharp by thinking about old episodes and looking at certain segments and certain style that we've done. And then I hear your voice there, and it's always your voice that kind of makes me smile. I'm like, oh look, it's Grace, man. She sounds awesome.
Aww, so sweet.
While I listen to even older shows when Andy was there and older shows when Maui was there. And we kind of sounded like kids when we were on there. And then when you were there, we sounded like pros. We sounded like fucking pros, And yeah, Susie's there, but we're more disgusting now than ever. Susie's like, "Tangina namin nana talaga sa tae." It's like, wow, Susie, that's really great. And I love her for that because she's fucking funny. She's probably the funniest female I've ever met. She's fucking hilarious. Yeah. But when you, again, I've said this so many times on the show today already. When you go back to it and you listen to the old stuff, it's like we sounded like pros. And it was, I think, the combination that you, myself, of course, Mojo was instrumental. But as the female figure, that female voice, it really is an irreplaceable, one-of-a-kind kind of thing.
Nakakamiss ka talaga.
Yeah,
nakakamiss din yung show talaga.
And on a personal note, at the same time, when I was going through all the shit that I was going through, oh my God, Grace Lee. Phone calls, tears.
Yeah. That was heartbreaking. Even for me.
Yeah. Fucking Grace. I'd call Grace in tears and Grace would be... Grace won't even let me cry well because she'll outcry me. I'm like, Grace. She's like, Mo, what happened? Mo, this is Grace and a phone call, a serious phone call about what happened to me. Mo, yeah. I think I know. Yeah. Please don't tell me that it's true. It's true. And I'm like, I know, right? But Mom, I know, Grace. Tangina mo. Oh, Grace, tangina talaga. Ba't ganyan? Ay, hindi ko nga alam. It was a fucking cry-off. And it starts so... Grace is like this. Grace is like, Mo, talaga ba? Ganyan, talaga, nangyari ba talaga? Oo. I can't believe this. Grace, I know, I can't believe it. No, I can't believe. Who are these people? I don't know, Grace. I can't believe this. No, I can't believe it. Grace, I'm not reading it. I'm gonna iyakan fest competition of some level. Am I wrong? Am I exaggerating? Or really, it was really that way, right?
It's exaggeration.
It's a lot of whispers. It's a lot of whispers with Grace. And then bawling. Crying,
but that was
bawling.
that was a tough time for you. Now you can laugh about it, but that time, dude, you were broken that time too.
Yeah, it fucked up, man. Yeah. All right. Anyway, it's great to hear your voice. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll wrap up the show with Grace Lee here this evening. Grace, I know you're incredibly busy, but man, if you ever have more time, maybe down the year, we'll bring you back and talk about you dating Willie.
Hey.
I'm sure by that time, that's what we're going with. Taking a break. Back after this to wrap up the program. Don't go away. It's Good Times with Mo, the podcast, Season 2 with Grace Lee. Dr. Ken as well.
Stay tuned. We'll return after this commercial break.
Act fast with a Tattoo 4G prepaid stick.
The devastation here is terrible.
It's ultra fast. The most reliable mobile broadband. The most affordable. Powered by the largest 4G network. With it, you can move your world. Tattoo.
I have a new best friend who's always in the know. She knows the latest shopping finds and the most popular night spots to flaunt them. She helps me plan movie dates and my next Barkada getaway. She even helps me keep up with my guys' hobbies and gizmos, the latest bands and gigs, and what restos I have to try next. It's great having a best friend who knows everything. Meet Christine, my digital go-to girl. Log on to Christine.com and get everything a girl needs to know. Also available on iOS and Android.
What you've been missing on The Factory.
Now we're gonna show you guys the new beta that just came out yesterday. Is God of War Ascension, the private beta
for PlayStation Plus.
PlayStation Plus.
Let's watch it, right? It's Enrique playing already.
Yes.
Yep. There you go, and perfect timing. Perfect timing.
Well, before that, I was kicking ass.
So go with the theme of the show, how not to play.
It's Robot Rice and Friends with Alfonso Martinez, Mickey Han, and Nigel Zalameo. Fridays, 6 to 7 p.m. Only here on The Factory.
Sabrina's Kitchen is going to be back in your kitchen.
Sabrina, we're hungry.
Okay, it's coming.
Every Saturday, 6:30 p.m. Lifestyle Network. Where else?
What you've been missing on The Factory.
Pechay.
Pechay nila.
Mahaba ang carpet ng pechay. She will start with the pechay.
Oo,
if it's kung mahaba yung hair, di ba masakit?
Hindi, ginugutin ko muna ng konti. Tinitrim
Kailangan
trim mo ng
gupitan muna.
Tsaka pagka kasi yung mga tsaka pechay pala, pechay. Tsaka mga yun ang mga nakikita ko. Mga yan. Ang palaya ba? Ang palaya. Hindi, na lang. Ay, upo naman talaga eh.
Upo na lang.
Upo. Kalaki naman niya.
Ano ba yan? Diba?
Parang ng kabayo. Parang ng kabayo.
Lintik ng kabayo! Ay, Tirso!
Join your host, Carrots Nazareno, on Live, Love, Lols every Thursday, 7:30 to 8:30, only here on The Factory.
My girlfriend says she hates me.
It's Good Times with Mo, the podcast. Call the show tonight and get your love problem answered. Follow us on Twitter at GTWM Podcast and visit www.motwister.com.
Back on the podcast here on this Thursday night with Grace Lee. You can follow Grace on Twitter at Grace Lee Manila. Grace, also, the shows that you're doing. I know there's so many. I mean, can you please be the one to enumerate them? Because... yeah, I mean,
Hindi
you're
naman
involved
madami
in so much shit.
talaga.
Well, I mean, what do you have? 2, right? But it's every day. You have 2 daily shows. I mean, that's crazy. Unless you have a third one that I don't know about.
Right. Well, Monday to Friday, Good Morning Club. That's from 5 a.m. in the morning until 7 a.m. And of course, Wawa Willie, we're going to be launching the show this Saturday. That's the 26th. We're going to be on air by 6:30 in the morning until 2:30. And that's going to be our schedule starting on Saturday. So watch out for that. And also...
Whoa. Did you say you were going to be on air from 6:30 in the morning?
No, 11:30 in the morning. Until 2:30.
Shit! I thought, oh my god, 6, Jesus, on Saturday, because those shows when I was on Wheeling Willie, those shows lasted 4.5 hours. I mean, it really was at his discretion. He'd be like, okay, we start at 6, we'll end at 11. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
So
okay, it's really 11. I mean, what is it daily, the time for Wawa Willie?
For Wawa Willie, starting on Saturday, it will be 11:30 in the morning until 2:30 in the afternoon. So it's going to be a 3-hour show. And every Saturday, I have a news program with Rafi Tulfo, which is at 6 o'clock in the evening on TV5. Action News.
How does the Tulfo boy feel still about this whole sorry Rafi. How does the Tulfo guy feel about this whole? I mean, were you around him during the Claudine Raymar thing?
No. I just started working with them just very recently.
Is he still pissed off about it?
You know what? I don't dare bring it up. You know, I mean, I've never asked
the first thing
them.
I would totally ask him.
Yeah, because you're Mo, but I don't think I'm gonna get away with it, dude. You get away with a lot of things
because you're a girl.
You
can. I mean, he's not gonna get mad. He's like, oh my god, I feel so bad. You know, that guy was such a. You know, you can just be crazy.
Yeah, but I don't know kasi hindi na masyadong pinag-uusapan, hindi naman mainit yung issue ngayon eh. So I never thought to ask him. And Rafi, you know what, actually sila Erwin, sila Rafi, they're the only Tulfo brothers I've met, and I'm working with Rafi now. They're like the nicest guys.
They're super nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're super nice.
And super
dudes.
polite.
I know them, but
proper. Yeah.
Yeah, but boy, are they badass dudes though, man. They could be, right?
Yeah.
Shit, they're badass.
Like,
I love those guys.
I feel like I could get away with things like, I did news with Rafi Tulfo. Oh, don't mess with me.
Yeah, exactly right. I'm a phone call away. Well, hold on, but see, that's a good point because you do kind of rub elbows with people who've got a little influence and maybe a little bit of dangers around their names. When you broke up with Pinoy eventually, right? Did he give you the calling card at least, or something like, hey, listen,
he doesn't
if you ever
have a calling card.
I mean, he doesn't have a calling card. He's fucking president. He never gave you the whole speech like, Grace, alam mo,
our president hates that.
Natin, have you ever had a problem? You have my cell phone? I'll answer, pero syempre, I'll answer the phone like this. Hello, Grace.
Nobody seriously sounds like that, Mo.
You're wrong.
Pero alam naman natin na our president...
You ever been in the casino and you hear those guys?
Well, you know what the thing is, you have to admit, yung presidente kasi natin, pinaka-hate yung ganyan eh. He really doesn't like it. That's why yung whole bangwang thing.
Yeah, I got you.
I mean, he's the last person you'll ever see trying to, take advantage of his power in a manner like that.
All right, who do you want for president next? Of the big names.
Honestly, I would go for, if he would run again, I'd go for Villar.
Still?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Still, huh?
Oh, magkapartido na sila ngayon. Ano ka ba?
No, but no, I'm saying you're still on the Villar thing because I know you were very much. Remember the Korean Villar song that you did?
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah, only because I see.
Nakaligo ka na ba?
Nakaligo ka na ba Villar?
Or something like that. It was awesome.
It was. But Ma'am Cynthia Villar is running for Senate, and just look at their track record. Look at the children.
Sure.
Yeah, it says a lot about who they are.
And you work with
created
the daughter,
so much
right?
job. Yeah, I work with Camille. So.
And she's not all spoiled or anything like that.
No.
I met her. She seems cool.
She is the coolest. She's so simple. Diba classmate ko kasi siya sa Ateneo. So I've known her for quite some time, and she's walang talagang, even if she has bodyguards, hindi mo mapapansin na nandun yung mga bodyguards niya, because she makes sure that they're not yung super visible na malalaman ng mga tao na may mga bodyguards siya. Ayaw niya ng ganun.
Grace, I forgot to ask this question to you, and I really had to bring it up. You get a lot of negative, well, not a lot. You've had a few issues with negative press issues about your attitude at the, on the set. We've
it
heard,
came out, right.
Yeah, we've heard things about you maybe even in the Malacanang. We hear these things like that.
Yeah.
Like, where does this shit come from? I mean, like, obviously you sit here.
Yeah.
Obviously you sit here and really there's no ounce of diva in you. I mean, you don't have divas going, masturbate to your dead Lola, conversations. Where does this shit come from? Like,
I think...
Did you rub a few people the wrong way? You know what?
I think just after my having dated the president and, bilang tumahimik, diba? So I guess some people just wanted to, make noise. You know what I mean? Kasi biglang tumahimik, diba?
Yeah, but you get so angry about it.
I used to get so
I like that about you, though.
Right.
No, but I like that about you. I like how when someone says something not true about you, putang ina, nagagalit ka na sobra, and then you go on Twitter, putang ina, no.
Hindi naman.
You're combative, and it's nice.
But I've learned also in 2012, that's what I learned. In 2012, I've learned to just ignore. I've learned to just forgive. I've learned to just not be so affected, because I used to be, and I realized walang katapusan talaga. Mo, and you of all people, you know how it is, how obnoxious.
Yeah, but I'm gonna miss the girl that does really stand up, because
minsan, lumalabas pa rin, I couldn't help it.
Yeah,
Diba recently may nagsulat, and I was so upset about it.
Right, but okay, look, there are people out there, like celebrities like the Angelica Panganibans, you have your Cristinos and stuff like that you kind of fuck with. Sharon Cuneta, maybe a Christine Reyes to a certain point, where you mess around with them and they'll like, they become like, they're angry.
Yeah.
Grace is different. It's more like a stance. You have a stand. You're not out fighting, but you're out covering your ground. And it's funny because it's nice to see you nagtataranta, because generally you're not aggressive. But while your Angelica's and Panganibans and your Christine Reyes, whatever they may be, they're tough. They're tough all the time. Grace is kind of like pushover, mabait, na conservative. Pero if you say one thing about her, puta, yan na, Incredible Hulk. So that's what makes it
in
kind of
2012 cool. Talaga, with all the crazy stories that came out about me and all these lies that were published by different writers, I realized I have to choose my battles talaga. Kasi kung hindi, mamamatay talaga ako. I really physically and mentally felt that I was really gonna die if I went after every single story and every single writer. It's walang katapusan. So I just, learn to be blind to it.
And I guess you're getting used to it as your showbiz name really starts to build up. You know what I mean?
Because you don't really get... Do you get used to it? Parang ako,
I get used to it. But see, because the thing is, you've always been like a talk show host, so it's commentating and stuff like that. Now you're a game show girl. You're a celebrity now. And usually what comes with celebrity is these issues, and you kind of just learn a thing. I like fighting them because I get to showcase my humor. I get to showcase my wit. I get to showcase, my intellect, to a certain extent. That's why I like pinapatulan ko, because then I like to go, okay, there are these writers who think they're smart, who think but listen, I'm smarter, and I'm going to show you, and that's it. I have a large readership as well. It's called Twitter. It's called radio. It's called podcast, and I'll fight you there because I know I'll beat you, and that's why I like doing it.
Yeah, but I can't be you. Yeah, I mean, you're the only one who can get away with the things that you do because you're Mo. Like, if I did something remotely close to what you do, I think I'm going to get buried alive.
Yeah, but see, and that's where I'm going to include one last question here before we get away. No, that's where I'm going to include the racism part. Like, you have to have felt it, right, Grace? I mean, nobody made a big deal about you being on the radio and you're Korean and fine. But when you start dating the president and you're not Filipino, I'm sure there was, putang ina Koreana na to, coming in out here, taking control of our country. I mean, there's going to be stuff like that. Or if you fight someone, they're going to be like, umuwi ka na sa Korea. I'm sure you've heard the umuwi ka na sa Korea bullshit, many times.
You know what? Although it doesn't stand out. Only because maybe it's so ridiculous to me, it doesn't really hit me as hard. Ako, nagagalit lang naman talaga ako pag ina-attack yung mga minamahal ko. At kung ina-attack niya yung character or yung pagkatao ko. Because you can say things like, maldita yan, or yung malandi yung girl na yan, or mga stuff like that. I can laugh it off, I mean, it's so vague and it's so...
I don't believe you.
No, but then when it's character, na parang, si Grace Lee daw, parang sa mga staff ko daw, sobra ko daw silang minamaliit. Yung mga ganon, kasi that's directly attacking your character. That shows what kind of person you are. The way you treat people who have less than you.
Right,
and for you to write something like that, for me, that upsets me because hindi na ito nakakatuwa. Parang hindi na ito just random chismis. It's really out to destroy who you are as a person. That affects me. But, of course, pag may nagsasabi sa Twitter, umuwi ka na sa bansa mo, parang, syempre nagagalit din ako, diba? Kasi I do feel like I'm Filipina, although my papers say I'm Korean, and by blood I am. But it's also because how I have become a Filipina that things like that don't hit me as hard anymore.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, really, like, when people call me Amboy, I'm like, if you only knew, you asshole, that I grew up in the fucking province. You sound like you're a foreigner. I'm like, it just sounds like I'm a foreigner. With Grace, you just look like a foreigner. But generally, I see why it won't bother you, because you do feel like you are as Pinay as anybody, walking down the street. Right. And I still have to retell the story. And Ken, you probably, as a listener of the program, know this story, but it bears repeating, because I even tell this story about you, Grace, to Americans, fucking Europeans, and everyone I come across. They don't know who you are, syempre, if I'm talking to, say, an American guy who don't follow Philippine affairs. But it's more the story is so good. Grace's parents told them that they were moving from Korea to the U.S., not the Philippines. And when Grace got to the Philippines, she didn't speak Tagalog. She didn't speak English. She's just full little Korean girl. And she's looking around in the car going, so this is the United States. It's my jeepney, lahat sila Filipino. I mean, there's no, everyone's brown. It's like, wow, this is the America in the movies, huh? I mean, like, what a fucking prank your parents pulled off on you. Grace actually believed that Manila was New York for an X amount of time.
You gotta give it to them, though, right? I mean, they can be funny.
That's because you're like, anak, we're moving out of Korea. Where? I don't want to go anywhere but America. Okay, we're going to America. Packed their shit, dropped her off in Manila. What a story. Fucking love your parents.
So true.
I love your parents. All right, let's get out of here, Grace. Now, we're supposed to call caller of the night, and you've chosen that you want who?
I wanted Sana, the Singapore guy who called us about his sexuality.
That's right, and we're trying to get in touch with him because we want to give him, of course, the huge prizes that we were offering them. So Basi, I think the 29-year-old from Singapore, he's the caller of the night. We are trying to call him right now, and apparently he's not answering. Maybe he's out with some dude. So what we're gonna do is
acted
we'll call
right
him.
on it.
Yeah, we're gonna send him our information. We'll call him. We'll get him in the pick. But we want to thank one of our major sponsor guys in terms of prizes that came aboard today. Pimp Kicks. Now, if you want Jordans, Bam, Nike, Kobe, all of those other big-time shoes that everybody goes crazy for, you want to go check out Pimp Kicks on Twitter. It's at Pimp Kicks. You can also check them out on Instagram. They've got a great lineup of shoes, and you can go ahead and purchase them there. But we're also giving them away here on the program for major prizes. So don't forget to like them on whatever their Facebook is, to make sure to follow them on Twitter so you can do that. We also want to thank Nice Day Coffee for being part of our program as always. Nice Day Coffee. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Whitening coffee. That's wow. What technology.
Talaga?
Grace, it's coffee with whitening in it. So when you're drinking coffee,
Puputi yung siko mo. Puputi yung siko mo.
Isn't that awesome?
I love it.
Ooh, sarap.
Coffee. And
Makes my
whitening.
day.
Love it. Nice Day Coffee. You're the best. Also, we want to thank Chief Shop for some of the apparel that they give on the show as well. And then, again, starting February, boy, the prizes are just going to get immense. We're talking cell phones again and all that. So we were doing iPhone 5s a lot earlier in the season. We're going to get back to that with a bunch of phones, a bunch of shoes, bunch of cash, all of these things. Very much like, and maybe jacket. If Grace is going to give us a jacket. Have you said that line before on the Willie Show?
No.
Oh, you've not arrived, Grace, until you say bigyan ng jacket. So please.
All right.
Please. Ask Willie on Saturday. Willie, can I just one request? Can I just say bigyan ng jacket, please?
Okay.
And can you please do me a favor?
What?
Because of all the people, yes, I like Willie. And there's some of the dancers there that I was close with. But I love no one more than Owen. Owen is the greatest man
Owen
ever.
is awesome. Yeah,
Putang
I
ina,
love Owen too.
Can you please tell Owen, please, I'm super gay for Owen. Owen is, Owen, bigyan ng jacket! Owen is the best. Best
I think he's the
dude
hardest
ever.
working staff that we have.
Exactly. The guy is the hardest working, nicest guy. And you all know who Owen is if you watch the show. I mean, he's a staff member, but he's a household name at the same time.
And he's a looker,
Owen walks
too.
down. Owen walks down the street and people go nuts. They think like it's about as he's probably the second biggest draw aside from Willie when you walk down the street is
True.
Owen.
True.
Fucking crazy. All right. Anyway, Grace, thanks for being here, baby doll. We would
you.
love to see you again on the program. Maybe even a little drop by the radio show if you have a day off on the thing. All right, on the morning stuff.
No
all right?
worries.
Thanks, babe.
Maybe like
miss
meeting
you,
up with
miss
an
you
ex.
Incredibly miss
I
you.
miss you
And of course, we love you on the program forever.
I love you too. I love you, Will.
I love you too, Grace. I miss you too, Grace. Stop it. Everyone has needs, no? Ken, sige na, doktor ka, no? Tala naman, Grace, everybody has needs, no? Every man. Grace naman, sobrang...
Anong pinagsasasabi mo dyan?
Bakit na bagay sa'yo? Legs niya, nakakross palagi. Buwisit eh. Ako, presidente ako. Dapat lahat ng mga girls.
Mga girls.
Alam mo na mga girls. Bakit lang na.
You crazy person, you.
Bigyan mo ng jacket.
They want the Pinoy, no? The Pinoy down here, but I don't know. Grace is different. Maybe it's our Korean root, no? But Grace, you have my cell phone.
You sound like GMA with a man's voice.
Grace, you have my cell phone. No? But every now and then, give me.
Ew, get away from me.
And you wear that, yung pati mong dilaw, that's the one. Yung may konting lace at flower.
Bye mo, matulog ka na. Matutulog
Okay,
na ako.
Grace, psst. You have to know, Grace. I love you.
I love you too.
That's my Pinoy impersonation. Fucking love it.
So bad.
Oh, it never gets old. Thank you, Ange, for that. All right. Have a good night, everyone. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Don't go away back after this short, I guess, 22-hour break. Bye-bye, everyone.
Good Times with Mo, the podcast, was executively produced by Mohan Gulata, engineered by Miguel Alfindo, and operated by Icon Media Inc. Special thanks to Magic 89.9. You can follow Mo on Twitter at www.twitter.com/DJ Mo Twister. Email him at goodtimeswithmopodcast@rocketmail.com.